mover that I was telling you about, which is the hub of a wheel that looks like it's not moving, but everything is moving and spinning around it, which is what I was telling you before when people started telling you as a child, you're not special. Do you think the world revolves around you? It doesn't revolve around you. Based on my research, I come to the realization of bullshit, yes, it does. And that's what's wrong with the whole planet right now. People have people focusing on all this external stuff so that the world is spinning out of control because people, the individuals on the planet, particularly the melanin-rich people in America on the planet, are not in their proper and appropriate unmoved mover state of mind, which means while everybody else is losing their mind, you're supposed to get centered, get still, get quiet, and throw up your energy grid. That's the first order of business. For example, you're in a theater. Somebody goes fire. Everybody starts running and panicking. People get stomped and stepped on and trampled. An unmoved mover, the first order of business with them, while everybody else is in a panic, they get in a quiet state. They start looking. They immediately size up the situation. Okay, exit, exit, exit. They know where everything. Okay, everybody's running that way. There's an exit over there. I'm going to go this way because everybody else is going that way, and that's the. If you get centered, you will always be able to move where you're supposed to be, and you will always make it. You will always be where you're not. You will never be where you aren't supposed to be, and you will always be able to move where you are supposed to be when you become an unmoved mover. And an unmoved mover looks like they are not bothered, like they are not moved, and they're not budging, because they are the hub of the wheel, and all the energy is spinning around them. And if a wheel is moving fast enough, external things cannot get past the high speed of a spinning wheel to get to the center hub unless they're spinning at the same speed that the wheel is spinning at. So if someone wants to try to get next to the center of the wheel, they need to be vibrating at a frequency that resonates at the same speed of amplification that the wheel hub is spinning at to get past the outer. If you're looking at a car, for example, you have to get past the black rubber of the tire and then the rim and to get to the hub. Well, the black tire is spinning faster than the rim, which is spinning faster than the hub, which looks like it's not moving at all, but it's turning everything. So what I'm telling you, these sounds that I gave you that are spinning your energy centers faster, which will cause or should cause your body to heat up, and then eventually probably cool, depending on the individual, but that goes back into the science of the black body that I gave you before, because melanin-rich vessels absorb more energy, power, light, sound, color, tone, frequency than everything else. And they absorb all of that in and can transmute it and transmogrify it and kick it back out and re-emit it back as whatever they choose or whatever the energy centers choose, because you are vibrating at such a high rate that you are working with the cosmic forces of the omniverse, as opposed to some external little media bogus bull out here or whatever the case may be. Things will stop impacting you when you learn how to do the little things that I'm trying to tell you how to do. Now, these auras, nimbuses, mandorlas, halos, eggs are wider around the head than they are around the feet. So if you know what an egg looks like, look at yourself and picture and envision an egg around you, just like the ones that come in a carton, that are wider around the head and narrower at the feet like any other egg. The shell is going to be your protection, and I'm going to give you guys some. Let me see what time it is, because I need to make sure I'm not running out of time here. Jesus, whiz. Oh, okay. I'm thinking that the show is almost over. We're not doing bad at all. Comprehend this, too, before I give you some of these other colors. These two auric energy fields, your alpha field, your physical alpha field of electrical energy that emanates from your body, your physical body, and your psychic beta field that emanates from It's controlled by your thought, but it's emanating from your whole vessel, okay? But it's really more spiritual than physical. Those two are tied together to one another. Just like your psychic body and your physical body are connected, your physical electric alpha force and your spiritual emotional beta force are connected. And if you understand that, that's why I was saying when you start getting your energy moving right at the spiritual level, it will resolve and repair what's going on at the physical level, because the body heals itself. Doctors do not heal anybody. The body heals itself. If you give it what it requires, it will do the rest. That's one of the reasons why these people are trying to control the food and everything else. Matter of fact, on a slightly different note, it was brought to my attention that some school district in Chicago, and I don't know if it's the whole entire state, has passed some ridiculous law. And again, people keep experimenting on melanin-rich people first to see just how far they can go, because their whole thing is, well, nobody's going to pay attention because they're black. Nobody cares because they're black. People don't understand. As soon as you let it get past at that level, it's like any other slippery slope. It's going to slide down the hill and wind up at everybody else's doorstep. So our people have been telling these people for the longest that this is an injustice and this is an injustice. And they're like, who cares? You're black. Nobody cares. Well, you better care, because a lot of these same injustices that we've been complaining about since forever are now starting to hit white people, so-called white people, upside the head, because they didn't listen when we were trying to warn them. But here's a warning for melanin-rich people. There's a school district, or maybe the whole state of Chicago, that has determined that it is now illegal for parents to prepare school lunches for their children. They've decided that no parent knows what's the best diet for their children. Therefore, children are no longer allowed to bring to school a homemade lunch. They are mandated to eat what the school provides, because they know what's best for your child to eat. And I'm like, okay, they're trying to poison people even further, just like everybody thought they were only after us. Well, shit, they put fluoride in the water. That's affecting everybody. Doesn't everybody drink this water? But they thought, oh, it's just going to get the blacks. No, it's not going to just get us. However, if they feed your child something that your child doesn't want or your child doesn't like, I guess your child doesn't eat that day. And I'm wondering, if your child goes, well, I'm not hungry, I'm not eating, does that mean they get arrested? Do they get detention? Do they get suspension? Or do they get a ticket where they have to go to court? Because children are getting, in melanin-rich schools, citations to get tickets to go to court for some of the most trivial childhood, normal, customary things, just so they can label them criminal, so that everybody can go, well, see, the color of crime is so-called black. No, it's not. No, it's not. Never has been, never will be. But, you know, they can make it look like that because they control all the information. So my thing is, what if your child is allergic to something that the school doesn't know about? Or even if they know about it, they don't know if it's in this lunch or not. What if your child doesn't eat pork? Or what if your child doesn't eat meat? Or what if your child doesn't eat cheese and what they serve today is cheese pizza with pepperoni on it? Or your child is lactose intolerant, and only thing they have for lunch is a cheese pizza with a milk or a chocolate milk. I guess your child gets to drink the little rancid orange juice, maybe. People need to be aware that these people have lost, well, I don't even know if they've lost their mind. These critters that are in power, I don't think they ever had a mind. And if they did, it is totally lost. They probably lost it with all the inbred and incest and the child molestation or whatever the case may be that causes people's minds to fracture. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that in there. I don't even know where it came from or how or why it came up. But there's something that you need to be aware of on this energy, astral, aura, physical, alpha or beta, electric or spiritual energy field that goes around you. You have to shield your aura from the three primary forces that are set in motion to attack you every single day. Every single day you are under attack. And the noisier the area is that you live in, the more under attack you are. But the darker you are, the faster you're able to resolve it and fix it and rectify it anyway. So this is what you need to know about these forces that are always attacking your energy field. You have those that are considered unintentional. They come from relatives and friends and strangers and coworkers and neighbors whose total lack of knowledge about what you know causes them to attack you because they are alarmed about what they think you're into. Oh, my God, you're into this witchcraft, magic, and voodoo. Oh, you need to come to the church. All of these are attacks on you. Now, you may not have seen it as such, but it is an attack nonetheless. And these people genuinely think that what they're suggesting is the best thing for you and that they know better because, after all, you don't even have any money. They don't understand that you're in the process of building up something much more powerful than that because money is not power. It's buying power. And it gives the impression of power because the people that have it seem to be able to control those that don't. But people that have real power emanates from inside a being and then radiates from in the being outward from the being. Those individuals, money never is an issue. And even when it is an issue, something still works out where, oh, I didn't even need money for it. Oh, I won it, or somebody gave it to me, or whoa, look what I found. That kind of thing. So be aware when people are attacking you, but they don't mean to attack you. Oh, my God, you're gay, and you're dating somebody out of the race, or whatever the case is. These are little attacks. They're subtle, but they're attacks nonetheless. Oh, my God, I don't like your hair. Your skirt's too short. That is an attack on the individual. Leave them alone. You don't have to agree with what they're doing. Either you love them or you don't. And if you have to love them from a distance because you don't agree with their lifestyle, that's what you need to do. But that individual has to find their own way on their individual journey, and everyone here is on a different road to get where they're going from you. Some people are on the same road, but they may or may not be your blood relatives or neighbors or friends or co-workers or comrades or anybody you see every day. Now, the other thing that you need to know is that there are attacks that are absolutely deliberate, that people launch against you purposefully with full malice and intent. These deliberate and intentional attacks on you come from law enforcement, soldiers, people that are wielding guns, people that are wielding horrible words that they're throwing at you, people that are sending you psychic missiles on purpose because they learned something about psychic power. So it's like, we're going to do a spell against her because we don't like her. That kind of stuff. Police pulling you over for no apparent reason. You're driving down the road and people are shooting at you, or they don't, people, hey man, what set you from? What set you from? What you doing around here with all this red on? These are deliberate attacks on you. Putting poison in the food, putting pork in the candy, putting pork in the bread, putting pork in the cheese. Pork is in the ice cream. Pork is in a lot of the peanut butter, but people don't know it's pork because they don't know what these other words for pork. Putting fluoride in the water when people don't even know for the most part that fluoride is a poison. They say it's for your cavities. Well, no, it's not. Fluoride is rat killer and insect killer. It is a rodenticide which kills mice and rats, and an insecticide which kills insects and bugs. And if you look up fluoride or sodium fluoride, which is what it is, if you look up sodium fluoride in the dictionary, it makes it real clear that it's poison. They put that in there on purpose, not to mention the fact that fluoride goes straight to the pineal and acts like a magnet that draws calcium straight to the pineal, which is why so many people's pineals are calcified. Now, the problem is there are some people, because of their melanin deficiency, they have a harder time overriding the calcification of the pineal than people that are melanin rich, who it's easy for them to override even the calcium that's there. Now, when you understand that these people, they do certain type of subliminal messaging, certain type of advertisements, things that are there to make so certain people look superior and other people look inferior, and some people look beautiful and other people look ugly. These are on purpose. Business, government, these entities are out there, gangs, mafia, Camoras, these kinds, they're out there on purpose, deliberately attempting to undermine you. It is their business to undermine you. They want you to be and do what they want you to be and do. They don't want you to be and do what you should be and do, because when you start doing what you should be and what you should do, that dethrones them. That takes them out of the position of power. But they should have spent more time getting their own power